What's up, brother? Today I'm going to speak about how to build the physique that women find the most attractive, okay? And why going to the gym. A lot of men make this mistake when they started going to the gym, and nobody tells you this. People just tell you, go to the gym, build muscle, and then you'll attract all kind of women. And then they go and they realize that they actually get less option after getting to the gym. And to be honest, I was that guy. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. So today I'm going to talk to you about what you really need to understand to cater towards the female gaze. Okay, so I remember the first time I posted my ever gym picture. Okay, I remember I was 8 months into the gym. I had a crazy physique, a crazy transformation. I was so proud of myself. So I went ahead and I was actually shy of doing this. I was actually shy. I was like, oh, I've never done this before. You know, I've always been insecure about my body in the past. And for the first time, I was going to post my physique. So I posted my physique on my account with, like, you know, I was following women and guys and my friends and all that. So I woke up the next day to a lot of interactions, a lot of replies, a lot of likes, a lot of everything. But there was like just one from a woman. And all the rest was just guy. Maybe 100 interactions, all guys saying like, what the fuck, you're so buff, bro, what happened? When did you get so buff? What happened? What did you take? And one from a woman. And you know what that woman said? The only comments that I got from a woman, she texted me, she was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it looks like you're just trying too hard. And I was like, what? I was like, shut the fuck up. But nowadays, I actually want to thank that girl that she did this to me, because she was a kind of my friend, but I thought she was hating on me. But now I understand what happens. Okay, so you need to understand the female gaze. Okay, the number one thing with the female gaze physique is that two men could have the exact same physique, but based on the way they present themselves, they're gonna attract more men or more women. If you want to attract more men, what you need to do is post your physique super flexed, super looking hard, super jacked, the best pictures. And if you want to attract more women, you post your worst pictures, a picture where you don't look your best, where it just looks like you have muscle, but it's not really like a crazy ass physique. And the reason for that is because women want to have the delusion or the dream or the whatever it is that you got that physique without trying hard, that you got that physique by working manual labor, that you don't actually go to the gym every single day and you don't actually track all your macros, and you just got that physique by accident. Now this pisses me off. You know why? Because I know how much work you put in towards that physique. I know how much you work towards that physique, and you can't even show that. Yeah, you can't even show that, because when you show that too much, they start feeling like you're obsessed with yourself. That's the feeling they get. They're like, they told me this because women tell me that stuff. They tell me like, when guys post their physique too much, it just looks like they're obsessed with themselves. It's just like they only care about themselves. And you know why they think that? Because deep down, that's how they think. They are obsessed with themselves. They don't want a man to be as obsessed with themselves as they are. So they're projecting a little bit, but at the end of the day, they don't like it. Okay, they don't like it, and that's what you need to understand. You need to understand this, because if you don't understand this, you will keep posting these pictures of you benching 3 plates. You will keep posting these pictures of you super shredded and super jacked, and it will actually repulse women. It won't have a like no effect. It will actually repulse them. So what you need to do instead is make your efforts seem effortless. Okay, make it seem like you didn't even try for that physique. Make it seem like you just woke up and one day you had that physique, like you work manual labor. When they ask you, oh, how often do you go to the gym? I go from time to time. I'm not really that consistent at the gym. I'm just trying to stay healthy. Make it seem like it's not something that you're trying too hard for, and I promise you, she will be so much more attracted to that compared to if you were telling her like, oh man, I go to the gym 6 times per week. I'm so fucking disciplined. I'm so fucking this. And women are attracted by discipline, but they're just not attracted to you showing off. They don't want you to know that you look good. Okay, so just act like, I don't make the rules, by the way. Just act like you didn't try hard for that physique. Okay, the pictures that you should post is pictures where it looks like you're in shape, but it doesn't look like you actually tried showing that you're in shape. I don't know if that makes sense. So we can see that you're in shape, but it doesn't look like, oh, this guy wanted to take this picture to show us that he is in shape. Okay, now the second thing you need to understand about the female gaze is that lean is law. Okay, a lot of men, the problem is that they go to a gym and they get addicted to the dopamine they get from being stronger and from getting validation from other men. I've been there. Okay, when I'm really huge and buff and my muscle filled with glycogen and water and fat, I get a lot of compliments from guys. Okay, I get a lot of compliments for guys and no compliments from women. Now what you guys need to understand also, okay, is that I remember this one time. Okay, I shop, and the place where I shop, there was this guy that saw my content, and he was like, oh my god, like I watched your stuff, and he gave me props. And then I saw him a few months later when I was on my cut, and he was like, did you stop going to the gym because you look so small? And in my head I was like, oh shit, like that's crazy. It actually affected my ego. But the truth is, that's the moment where I got the most validation from women. You want to know why? Because I was leaner. Because that's the female gaze. Female gaze is more stuff like, you gotta understand the difference between what men find attractive and what women find attractive. Okay, men find stuff attractive. That's fucking gay, bro. I don't mean attractive like this. I mean like what men find nice. So like, for example, MMA, being bald, being fighting, boxing, stuff like violence, aggressiveness, dogs. Women is more like soft shit. Okay, so like cats, drawing, I don't know, like music, soft music, you know, reading, stuff that is more, that's more female gaze. And once you understand that, they also, for the female gaze, the better physique is also the lean one, the one where they can see your jawline, where they can see your abs, where they can see your definition, where you don't look too big to the point where you're intimidating to them. And I know it's like, it sucks, because it's like, at the end of the day, it depends on really what you want to prioritize. But me, I know that I want to prioritize being lean over big, because this is when my life quality upgrades the most. When I'm lean over being big, this is when I get the most, I feel the best about myself too. Like, you feel way better when you're lean, first of all. So like, anything below 15% body fat, you got to drop to like 13% body fat. If you're anything above that, then you're going to the gym, because that's the build that most guys have. I see it at the gym all the time. They have that build where it's like, they got big arms, but they got a big ass stomach, and that's repulsive. Okay, that's repulsive to women. You want to be lean, you want to have abs, you want to be able to walk around without a shirt and with a shirt. And the number one sign that you're that guy that doesn't actually look good without a shirt is that you only take pictures, gym selfies with your t-shirt on. Okay, if you're doing this, like, I know for a fact that you don't have that crazy of a physique. Okay, now the last point I want to make is a proportion over size. Okay, proportion over being big. Okay, a lot of guys are afraid of getting small. They're afraid of like dropping the weight. They're afraid of losing strength, because they're like, oh, I'll feel less like a man if I'm less than 200 pounds. Fuck that shit. Okay, fuck that shit. I weigh 155 pounds right now, and I don't give a fuck, because I look better than the guys that weigh 200 pounds. I will not look good at 200 pounds at my height. Stop chasing a number and start chasing aesthetics. Okay, aesthetics is focusing on the muscle that will give you that V-taper frame, just the same way the woman need to focus on the muscle that will give them that hourglass shape. So like, that's, as you can see here, is shoulders, is biceps, is back. Chest is overrated for aesthetics. I just have good chest genetics, but I promise you, I only do 2 to 3 chest exercises. Okay, abs are super important, right? Work on your abs, work on your midsection, work on these muscles that women find the most attractive, that give you that V-taper frame. Okay, and I promise you, by experience, biceps too is like really like, they really like biceps. They fiend over biceps for some reason. I don't know why, but they do fiend over biceps. So work on biceps too. Okay, and then afterwards, yeah, make your efforts seem effortless. Make sure that when you're lean, though, don't be that guy that is lean and is a twink. Have size. Okay, so first thing first, if you're overweight right now, get shredded. After you get shredded, go on like a lean bulk, build some muscle, but stay lean. So the plan that I always like to give people, I'm giving you free game right now, is that you get lean first. After you get lean, build muscle, then go on the mini cut, then build muscle, then go on the mini cut. So like, you do 6 month lean bulk, mini cut, 6 month lean bulk, mini cut, and then you can see how much muscle you gain. And during these phases, you focus on the aesthetic muscle. Stop focusing so much on your chest and all that bullshit and traps, and that's masculine muscles. Focus on the highest ROI muscle. Okay, I promise you will look good. So yeah, that's it for today. Spend some time in nature. I'm walking, doing my stuff, filming videos. Like, that's the best lifestyle for me. I've always been somebody in the nature, like, in general, but like, even if it's not nature, spend some time outside. Just being lean, you feel so much better, bro. I promise you. So I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe and like. I appreciate you watching.